There are many things to learn in Minecraft, but Redstone is by far the hardest, but that's what I'm here for. I'm going to show you how to use it. From simple gates, such as a NOT gate, to pulsers, such as the 5 o'clock pulsar, or even timers to automate your farms, all in my series called Redstone Creations. Hey guys, Dylan here. Welcome to my brand new series called Redstone Creations. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to use hidden doors. The simple kind and the advanced kind. So, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off with the more simple version of the two. This is going to be the one that only works in a tunnel. The front of the piston is not going to be covered up, so you're not going to want to have this in the front of the whole tunnel. So I've already built a little tunnel just to cover the front of these up. I'm going to put 2 pistons on top of each other, one behind the inside of the tunnel, so like that. And then do it on both sides, and then put the blocks that the pistons will move. They're sticky pistons, by the way, sorry. Put the blocks that the pistons will move in front of them and just finish off the little tunnel. So now, on the inside, it just looks normal with pistons on the outside. And in order to power these, you're going to want a block behind them, then a redstone on top, and then your redstone line can come off from that. And that's all they really need to be powered. So do the same thing on both sides. I'm going to take this line all the way back to my lever from the pistons. So connecting there, and when I flip the lever, the pistons will go. But you don't want these on top of the land, do you? You want this to be secret, so you're going to want to make this underground in order for no one to see it. So I've already made a line connecting them just to save some time. So that'll connect over there to the lever already. And then on this side, I've done the same thing. This here will connect. Break those. And there it goes. It works. But you see how the lever is up in the off position and then the pistons are, or the door is open? You want the off position with the doors closed. So in order to do that, it just takes one simple thing. Need to make an inverter. So here, I'm going to have to make this go one more. In my redstone line, all I'm going to do is put a NOT gate, or it's also just called an inverter. What I'm going to do is in the redstone line, I'm going to put a block. Crap, this has to be one more. Okay. Move the repeater back as well. Okay, so in this line, did I really just do that and then not put the blocks down? Okay, there we go. You're going to want to put a block down, and then on the other end of the block, put a redstone torch. And then off the redstone torch, you're joking. I have to go one more because of how stupid I am. Okay, enough of that. And then once you have this redstone torch down with the block, that will change the on and off state of the pistons. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to be stupid about it. And move this repeater back to 2 as well. Okay, so get that like that, put this here. It doesn't really matter if the block turns in the line as well, it just has to be connected, the output has to be connected to the block, and then somewhere else the torch has to be coming from. So there we go, and that is connected there, and then now this is inverted. So when you flip the switch, it's going to do nothing. That was the whole plan. Just kidding. Okay. So I have these backwards. Sorry about that. Gonna flip these around. There we go. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Did not mean to do that. So now, when the lever is powered on, the pistons will move, and when it's... Okay, there we go. That's okay. When the lever is powered off, the pistons will cover it, and when it's powered on, the pistons will move back. So now, the only thing that is detectable here is this little lever. Then you will not see... Well, once you cover it up, that is. You will not see any of the outside. So I'm going to cover it up real quick. I do not want to cut that line. So I gotta make this one more. Okay. This can be used as really anything. It can be used as a secret room or like a trap maybe. Okay, so I'm still cutting that off, aren't I? God, I feel stupid. Okay, well, this is gonna go around. I do not feel like doing that again. Okay, there we go. Whatever, good enough. There we go. So you cannot see any of the pistons or anything behind it. You power that on, and then the pistons open and you can walk through. So there is your very first piston secret door. Now we're going to move on to the more complicated version. Okay, so I've started out with just a single archway to block up the pistons. And then first thing we're going to do is put a 2x2 pistons on each side of the little tunnel. And then those will push inward. And then in order to block up this little part here, which is the entrance, we need 2 pistons going up on the back side of these 4. And then these pistons here are going to push forward a block to block this up. So you're going to need to put a block in front of those pistons there. Okay, now to power this, we're going to cover the back of the pistons up, and then have an extra block here. And then after that, you're going to put 3 repeaters down into each block from the back, and then you got to connect the repeaters. And then in order to power these pistons, you got to put the redstone on top, which connects them. And then after that, these 4 pistons here, the ones on my right, are going to push the pistons here in their blocks in toward the middle to block that up. So you're going to want to do that on both sides. Cover the back wall up. Okay. Cover the back wall. Repeaters down. Connect them. Connect the pistons. And then after that, I want to go ahead and put a testing switch down to make sure this is working. So I'm going to bring this to the front. And then hope I don't need a repeater down somewhere. Okay, so let's test this out. And it's working. All those 4 pistons on the sides are pushing the middle in. So now what we want to do next is get these 4 blocks to push one up to cover that up. So this whole wall is flush, and you cannot tell that there is a hidden tunnel in the back of it. So in order to do that, we're going to make a little stairway up to the top of the roof to the tunnel. So get that. No. Could have done this a lot easier. Okay. So we're going to put this down to cover the top. And then repeater down there that'll send power to the top. And then a redstone line. And this will cover these 4 pistons in the middle and make them push forward. And then you're going to want redstone there as well. So now, so actually you want redstone there too, covering the thing. So now when we flip the switch, the pistons in the middle will cover this front wall, and it will just look like a wall. You will not know there's a tunnel there. So now, if we want to go back, these actually will not go, because these repeaters are not timed correctly, because what's happening is these repeaters are trying to pull these back while they're going back as well, so it's not going to work. You want to have these repeaters set to 4 ticks, each one of them. So I'm going to go to this side and set these ticks to 4. Do not mess with this one. This one stays 1. So once that happens, I'm going to go ahead and reset it. So once that happens, you turn it off, and then they will wait, and then they will pull it back. So there it's on, and then you're pulling it back. And then there's your simple mechanism. All you need now is to hide these redstone wires to make it unnoticeable. So I have already done that, like before, to save some time. So I'm going to go ahead and uncover that now. Okay. There we go. Just going to put the redstone line down here. And then have these connect to the repeaters, like so. And then now, we want to connect this back to our lever. So we want to go through here and up. This needs uncovered. So send this through here, and then up, and this will go to our lever. Let's get rid of this. Oh, really? Okay. So, turn our lever down, and then it will work. Just like it did before, it's just covered up. But I don't really like the idea of a lever. I think it's ugly. I would rather have it where you hit a button and pistons go. So I'm going to take this lever down, and I'm going to put a button up here. Where are my buttons? There's a button. As you see, it's not working. But if you have a button like this, it's just going to put the blocks out and then take them back. So what we need in between here to make this look nice is a T flip-flop. Now, if you're new with redstone, I'm going to show you how to build it, but it's basically just a fancy way of making a lever. So you're going to need pistons and then some extra blocks. I'm going to put 2 pistons down like that, and then hollow out the ground. And then I'm going to make a block go here, and then 2 blocks on top covering it, and then we need a torch down there. And then a torch above each piston to power them, and then redstone on the top as well. So to bring this line here in, this here must be 1 up. If you have redstone down here, it will not work. So the input line, which is here, has to be 1 up. So now every time you press the button, the block that is in the middle with the pistons will either cover or uncover, as it is now, the redstone torch. When it is covered, the power will go from the redstone torch through the block to this line, and this line will be powered and go all the way up to the pistons. And then that will work as so. So back here, I'm going to hit the button, and then it will cover up. Want to hit it again, it will uncover. So there it is. The button now works and it looks fancy. I just got to cover everything up and then it will be done. Got to make sure you don't cut any lines off like I just did there. Whoa. God. Okay. So actually here, in order to not cut a line off, I have to put a repeater down that will send the signal through the block instead of, I'm going to move this up one, instead of having the redstone line being cut off back there. So now if I cut this off, that would normally be cut off by redstone, it will not be cut off by the repeater. So now I'm going to put the button back, hit the button, and then it will work, and then I will hit it again and it will retract. There is a delay because you're using many repeaters and such, and things of the such, but it will work as planned. So here is your secret door using pistons. So thank you guys for watching and subscribe for more.